Walk into any pharmacy or health store and you'll see entire aisles dedicated to vitamins. For many seniors, these shelves offer hope. Hope for better memory, sharper thinking, and a longer, healthier life. But what if one of those popular brain health vitamins is actually putting you at serious risk for a stroke? Let's talk about vitamin E. It's often marketed as a powerful antioxidant that protects brain cells from aging and supports cognitive function. Sounds perfect for someone over 60, right? But here's the shocking truth. High doses of vitamin E can increase your risk of a life-threatening hemorrhagic stroke. Now, most people think it's just a vitamin. What harm could it do? But not all vitamins are harmless in large amounts. In fact, the body stores fat-soluble vitamins like vitamin E, which means they can build up to toxic levels over time, especially when taken daily in pill form. A major study published in the British Medical Journal found that vitamin E supplementation increased the risk of hemorrhagic stroke by 22%. That's a type of stroke where bleeding occurs inside the brain. For older adults whose blood vessels may already be fragile, this risk becomes especially dangerous. What's worse, this vitamin is found in dozens of senior health supplements, often in high doses far exceeding what you'd get from food. It's also commonly paired with other blood-thinning supplements like fish oil or ginkgo biloba, further increasing the stroke risk. And most people never know. They assume more is better. But when it comes to brain health, balance is critical. There's also another issue. Many seniors take aspirin or other medications that thin the blood. When you add vitamin E into that mix without proper supervision, it's a dangerous cocktail. You might feel fine during the day, but while you're asleep, when your blood pressure dips and your heart slows, that overly thinned blood can trigger a bleed in the brain with no warning at all. So if you've been taking vitamin E as part of a brain health routine, stop and think. Are you helping your brain or quietly raising your stroke risk overnight? In the next chapter, we'll break down exactly how vitamin E interacts with your body and why nighttime is the most dangerous time of all. Now that you understand the surprising danger hidden in high-dose vitamin E supplements, let's go deeper into how this vitamin can raise your stroke risk, especially while you're asleep. At first glance, vitamin E seems like a brain-friendly hero. It's an antioxidant, after all, fighting off damage from aging and stress. But the problem lies in how it affects your blood. Vitamin E doesn't just protect cells, it also acts as a natural anticoagulant, meaning it reduces the blood's ability to clot. In theory, that sounds helpful. It can reduce the risk of heart attacks or deep vein thrombosis. But here's the dark side. If your blood is too thin, especially in older adults with weaker blood vessels, you may become vulnerable to hemorrhagic stroke, where blood leaks into the brain due to a ruptured vessel. Now, consider what happens during sleep. Your heart rate slows, your blood pressure drops, and your body enters a deeply relaxed state. That's when thin blood can become a silent danger. If a vessel in your brain is already fragile, something common in people over 65, it may rupture, especially if vitamin E is making your blood even thinner than it should be. Research confirms this risk. A meta-analysis of over 100,000 participants showed that while vitamin E slightly reduced the risk of ischemic stroke caused by a clot, it increased the risk of hemorrhagic stroke significantly. That's not a trade-off worth making, especially when you're not being monitored by a doctor. It gets riskier if you're taking other medications. Many seniors are prescribed aspirin, warfarin, or Plavix to manage heart conditions or prevent strokes. Adding vitamin E to this mix without guidance can intensify the blood-thinning effects, leading to internal bleeding, sometimes in the brain, sometimes in the stomach. Either way, it's dangerous. Waking up with a headache, blurry vision, sudden dizziness, or even numbness on one side of the body, these can be early signs of a stroke. But in some cases, the stroke happens silently in the night, and the damage is already done by morning. So if you're over 60 and taking vitamin E, especially in doses higher than 15 milligrams per day, pause. Your brain deserves protection, not exposure to unnecessary risk. In Chapter 3, we'll look at what you can do instead. Safe, doctor-recommended ways to protect your brain without the risk of hemorrhagic stroke. So, now you know the risks. Vitamin E, especially in high doses, can thin the blood dangerously, increasing the chance of a hemorrhagic stroke, often silently during sleep. But this doesn't mean you have to give up on brain health. In fact, the good news is that there are safe, science-backed alternatives that protect your memory, cognition, and focus without putting your life at risk. Let's start with this. The safest way to get vitamin E is through food, not pills. Natural food sources provide balanced amounts of vitamin E, along with other essential nutrients that work in harmony in the body. Foods like almonds, sunflower seeds, spinach, avocados, and olive oil are rich in vitamin E but are absorbed slowly and safely without overwhelming the bloodstream. Also, when you eat these foods, you're getting fiber, healthy fats, and minerals, not just a concentrated dose of a single vitamin. That's how nature designed it. Next, ask yourself, why are you taking that supplement? Is it to boost memory, protect against Alzheimer's? If so, you don't need vitamin E pills to do that. Instead, focus on brain-safe nutrients such as omega-3 fatty acids from fish or flaxseed oil, help reduce inflammation and support cognitive clarity. Vitamin B12, essential for memory and energy, especially in seniors who often have low levels. Curcumin from turmeric, a powerful anti-inflammatory that crosses the blood-brain barrier and supports long-term brain health. More importantly, check with your doctor or pharmacist. Bring your supplements with you and say, are any of these increasing my bleeding risk? Many seniors are shocked to learn that natural doesn't mean safe. Also, consider lifestyle strategies that are just as powerful as pills. Daily walking or movement improves blood flow to the brain. Brain games or puzzles keep the mind active. Quality sleep and stress reduction essential for cognitive repair. Here's a simple takeaway. If you're taking a supplement to help your brain, but it increases your stroke risk, it's doing more harm than good. You don't have to choose between protecting your memory and staying safe. You just need the right information. The best brain supplement is a combination of smart food choices, physical activity, and targeted doctor-approved nutrients. Remember, you're not too old to protect your brain, but you are too wise to risk it unnecessarily.